Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get-together live here on Facebook, where we take a look at news from our city, our state, and our country. We take a look at your comments, your questions, your ideas, and we combine all this information so that we can, in turn, have a most connected life here in Puerto Vallarta as a community of English-speaking locals. It is a pleasure to get together with you. And today, February 22nd, we have all kinds of interesting and fun news to share. Today, we are going to be talking about a visit from President of Mexico scheduled for this weekend. We're going to talk about a visit from the past, the day in which Queen Elizabeth visited Puerto Vallarta. And we have, well, it wouldn't be a day if we didn't have news from Seapal, good and bad. And we have other interesting nuggets to share today. So we are going to get going with our program. But as always, we're going to welcome new friends that are joining us for the first time. If you are new to the broadcast, please let us know by writing the word new in your comment. And that way we will be able to give you a nice little welcome. And if you have something truly important nugget to share with us or an important question, it helps a great deal if you add the letter Q at the beginning of your comment. That way we can be looking for it during the broadcast. So let's dive into the news. Okay, we begin with Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador, who announced yesterday in his morning press conference that he has scheduled a visit to Puerto Vallarta this weekend to supervise works currently being undertaken by the current administration and also to take a look at what's going on with our favorite highway from Guadalajara. There are no works to inaugurate for him, so it's just a visit that involves work in progress. He will then continue on to Nayarit, where he will take a look at the expansion of the Tepic Airport, among other projects. Now, between the Tepic Airport expansion and the Nuevo Vallarta name changing to Nuevo Nayarit, it would seem that the government of our neighbor state is quite determined to claim their own identity when it comes to tourism. I mentioned that we had news from Seapal. Seapal announced yesterday that they have completed upgrades to their water pump system that delivers water to almost 50 colonias in Pitillal. However, due to the scope of the work and the time it takes to bring the water system back to pressure, it is apparent that folks living in Pitillal will not have their water pressure or their water service normalized until later on tonight. Of course, this being our city, we're bound to have sewage problems somewhere at any point in time. To that effect, the Jalisco State Human Rights Commission is asking City Hall and Seapal to formulate a project to stop sewage spills that are currently contaminating El Salado estuary. As we know, the estuary is a protected area located within Puerto Vallarta where a variety of animal and plant species thrive or should thrive if we take better care of it. By the way, in doing research this morning, I realized that the El Salado estuary has resumed their tours, which I believe are free or very inexpensive. And I'm going to include their website in our show notes in case you'd like to schedule a visit. I took a quick peek at their Facebook page as well, and apparently their tours are offered in both English and Spanish. You must make a reservation ahead of time, however, and the website does offer a telephone number and a reservation system for you to be able to do that. This is something that I personally have been wanting to do, as it's been many years since I've gone, and needless to say, it's one of those walking explorations that I'm looking forward to be able to share with you at some point in the near future. Before we turn over to the weather, I want to let you know that the current pandemic wave is on its way out throughout Mexico, according to Health Undersecretary Hugo López-Gatell. In addition, he revealed that our country currently has enough vaccines in stock to continue with the national vaccination program. To date, 202 million vaccine doses have been distributed throughout Mexico. Now, let us take a quick look at the weather before we continue with our broadcast. I hope I don't offend you, but I seem to be having tremendous difficulty with my lifestyle, says our snarky carrot weather. Well, I'm having difficulty with my lifestyle as well, but that's a different story. It is warm today, 28 degrees. Humidity is low, however, at 26 degrees, and our temperature in Fahrenheit is 82 degrees. The weather forecast for today says it's going to be a clear day with a high temperature of 22, low temperature 18. Tomorrow, Wednesday, or hump day, we're going to have a humid day, humidity throughout the day with a high temperature of 31, and a low temperature of 18, hot and humid. And then Thursday will be another clear day with a high temperature of 30 and a low temperature of 17. Not bad at all. Now we continue with a little bit of this and that. What is next? Oh, yes, we have a little bit of housekeeping to announce, as I gave our website a little bit of TLC yesterday after the broadcast. As you know, in our official website, we have the show notes for every broadcast that we share, so that you can go and take a look at the links that we include in our broadcast. But I have brought back at the top of the website the featured section, and we now have 3 new articles up here that should serve as quick reference. The first one is a departure point for the maps that we produce. A lot of times you ask, where can I find this and that other map? And as you know, we are presently producing several maps. The general reference map, which has just points that we mention regularly here in the broadcast, they are categorized. Then we also have, of course, the Versalles for Foodies map. We also have the Taco Tuesday map. And for each one of these maps, we include where to find it, a quick link, and a description of the map. And of course, we mention that the walking tour maps are also available. Then also on top of the page, if I go back to the home page, we have a quick information point for our walking tours, and we have a link so that you can visit the YouTube playlist where you can find all the walking tours that we're doing. And of course, a subtle hint that your support to our projects does matter, and it shows ways in which you can continue to support Coffee and Headlines, but you know that information already. But we figured we'd put it there anyway. Moving right along, let's see. We're reminded by our Mayor Michel, reminded us that 39 years ago yesterday, Queen Elizabeth visited our city. In his Facebook post, he added that she celebrated her royal party with a verbena, or popular party, or a shindig, and that's all Mayor Michel had to say. Clearly, our mayor does not share the appetite for research and details that we have here at Coffee and Headlines. So, as always, I've done some homework and I have more blow by blow to share with you about Her Majesty's visit. Queen Elizabeth, as you know, is presently recovering from COVID, and as I understand it, she is not having a very good time. The Queen arrived in Puerto Vallarta on the royal yacht Britannia as part of a tour of Mexico's west coast that started in Acapulco. She was accompanied by Prince Philip, and also on board were Mexican Foreign Relations Minister Bernardo Sepúlveda, who can be seen here on this photograph walking with the Queen, and his British counterpart Francis Pym was also on board. They had completed 3 days of talks aboard the ship related to the Falkland Islands, oil prices, and the conflict in Central America. The Queen disembarked and visited a home for the elderly here in Puerto Vallarta, where a chorale of 22 women dressed in long gowns greeted her and sang Un Viejo Amor, or An Old Love, a beautiful traditional Mexican song. She was presented with gifts that included a painting by renowned local artist Manuel Lepe, and the royal couple then visited an orphanage. Manuel Lepe's daughter, Marcela, who presently runs the museum that pays tribute to her late father, has a letter in her possession from Windsor Castle indicating that the painting by her father is now part of the collection at the Royal Mews Museum at Windsor Castle. While in Puerto Vallarta, the Queen received the keys to the city in a formal event, and there is a sweet and very funny anecdote about this. The mayor at the time was architect Jorge Leobardo Lope Garcia, who did not speak English, so he relied on a translator, a man named Juan Jose Loredo from Ixtapa. Well, the translator recalls or recounts that according to protocol, the Queen was to receive the keys to the city while sitting down. But of course, our mayor at the time did not get the memo, so he kept looking at the Queen and kept saying to her, "Párese, párese," which means stand up, stand up. And he would tell his translator to tell the Queen to stand up, much to the shock of those present. Of course, the Queen, being the Queen, didn't bat an eye. She got up, she received the keys from the mayor, and she remarked, "The keys are beautiful, and of course they are coming from an architect." So the news traveled quickly around the world that the mayor of a tiny little Mexican village had actually made Queen Elizabeth get on her feet to receive the keys to our city. The Queen's itinerary also included a lunch with Mexico President Miguel de la Madrid and a dinner for the Mexican leader aboard the yacht, the royal yacht, before sailing for Baja and then to California, where she met with United States President Ronald Reagan. By the way, the lyrics to the song Un Viejo Amor, which literally translates to An Old Love, the song is better translated to mean a love from the past. It's a beautiful love song by the late Alfonso Esparza Oteo. And the gist of the song is that a love from our past may drift away, but it always remains in our heart. I found a beautiful version of the song for you to check it out if you're curious. This is by Mexican operatic tenor Rolando Villazón, and I will share the Spotify link to the entire album titled Mexico, as it features beautiful traditional songs from our repertoire, such as Bésame Mucho by Consuelo Velázquez, Estrellita by Manuel Ponce, which we've talked about before, and Solamente Una Vez by acclaimed Mexican composer Agustín Lara. And that is what we have to share for you today. Let us take a quick look at your comments just to see what everybody is up to, aside from all these wonderful good mornings that I'm reading. This is awesome, as always. Let's see. Angelo says, Happy Magic 2222 or 22222 or whatever. Today is the second day of the second month of the 22nd day of the second month of 2022. That is a beautiful thing, I suppose. Let's see. Karen says, congratulations on getting a break from my sling. Thank you very much. The most exciting thing happened to me yesterday. I decided to lay down for a little bit in the afternoon to read a book, and I fell asleep with my sling off. And I woke up and I was like, "Ooh, that was exciting." I slept without my sling or my bondage device for the first time in over a month. Of course, I am sleeping overnight with it on, as recommended by the doctor, but I was kind of excited. I felt a little naughty realizing that I had fallen asleep without it. Anyhow, let's see. Janet says, my 25th anniversary today. We don't know what anniversary, but congratulations. Kate says, please share the logo on your shirt. Gladly. My shirt says, best cat dad ever. Not that I think so, but Luna is not one to complain. Hold on, let me get myself back in my place. There you go. Let's see what else we have. Boom, buddy, boom, bam, boom, bam, boom. AMLO coming to PV. Bet we won't even get a glimpse. And who would want to? Oh my gosh, who would want to be among the crowds and the people with face masks and without face masks? No, thank you. Let's see. Daniel says, El Salado Estuary, how cool. Thanks for sharing. Yes, I want to go. I want to go sometime soon. The arm is feeling better. Thank you very much, Patty. I'm mostly excited because I'm back to being able to crochet. And I seem to have landed in this fixation for crochet baskets. Now I'm making a larger basket. This is still in progress. As you can see, there's yarn dangling from it. But I'm making baskets. It's now not cold enough to be making shawls and chingaderas to wear because it's going to get warm again in the near future. Let's see what else we have. You're probably wondering, okay, it is Tuesday. What about Taco Tuesday? Well, I'm almost to the place in which I feel comfortable holding the good camera with both hands and eating food with both hands. I can actually now lift my bad hand more and kind of maneuver with it. So I anticipate that we will be getting back to Taco Tuesday this coming week. I'm excited. Dory says, I was here when the Queen visited. But I'm sure, Dory, you didn't make the Queen get up to say hello. How funny. Let's see. Albert, God bless you, Albert. Thank you for all the constant updates to the site. Now I have a lot of homework before my next visit. A wonderful resource. Thank you very much. That means a lot to me. We want to make sure that whatever we share with you is as useful and accessible as possible. There's a birthday. Oh my goodness. Whose birthday am I missing? I don't know, but I'm missing a birthday. Lynn has a birthday. Happy magical birthday, says Michal. So happy birthday, Lynn. Yay. Let's see. James asks, is it Taco Tuesday too? And as I said just a second ago, not quite yet, but we are getting there. Meanwhile, we've been collecting new taquerias in our waiting list. So rest assured, there is no shortage of tacos to look forward to. Rita says there are 3 things that you can count on in life: death, taxes, and the Queen's ubiquitous purse. That is funny. You know, I feel for Queen Elizabeth. I hope she can recover from COVID. But I mean, she is, she has to be the most protected senior citizen on the planet. And from what I read, apparently her son, Prince, what's his name? Got COVID, and he gave it to Camilla, and he gave it to the Queen, and now Windsor Castle has a little mini pandemic in the works. That is horrible. Let's see. Oh, what a nice note from Daniel. Daniel, let's get married. Paco, this is why we love you. The details are what make the stories beautiful. Thank you for your research. Well, I have an appetite for details, and I have an appetite for research. Thank you so much for appreciating that. What a great question. What do you think is in the Queen's purse? Well, we can always speculate. Let's see what. Alan says, I may eat 22 tacos with 2 hands in 22 minutes to celebrate. I believe that is possible. When was it? I went to, it was, of course, Sunday, the day of the Rise event at Teatro Vallarta. The event ended and it was a nice night out. And I figured, well, Teatro Vallarta is not far from my house. It's a little dark, but I'm trying to get back into walking because I need the exercise. So I decided to walk home. It was late at night, but I was craving a little something. And all of a sudden I remembered that Tacos Huichos here in Versalles is on my way home. So as I was walking, my mouth was watering. So you get to Tacos Huichos and you can get an order of 5 tacos al pastor for 90 pesos. And you can get a small horchata water for, I believe it was 20 more pesos. So for 115 pesos, I had the most wonderful dinner. But I could easily have ordered several of those. The tacos are small, so could I have eaten 22 tacos? Well, on a day when I have the munchies, absolutely. Let's see what else. Rita says, love the shirt. Well, the shirt came from our favorite inexpensive t-shirt shop, Optima, of course. Let's see what else we have. Buddy-bum. Dan says, Kathy saw a crocheted basket for cats. Maybe Luna would like her own basket. Maybe, although she confuses it by a scratching point post, then I would not be so happy. Let's see. Oh, Susie adds details. Thank you very much. The Queen continued to San Diego in a tour of our Balboa Park. One of the city councilmen happened to touch her on the back. It was an uproar. I even heard about this in Israel on the front page of the newspaper. I was traveling in Israel on a church-related tour. See, these stories are fascinating. Thank you so much for sharing that, Susie. It is much appreciated. According to Marina, happy hour starts today at 2 p.m. I'm sorry to contradict you, Marina, but it is wine o'clock somewhere around the world, and if I had any wine in the house, maybe I would have a sip by noon. Let's see. Ba-di-ba-ba. And Kathy says, hello from OKC. OKC, I have no fucking clue what that is, but wherever that is, I hope you're happy in your acronym city. Thanks to a cold keeping me home, I get to watch live again. Well, it's so glad to have you with us from OKC, whatever OKC may mean. Oatmeal, Kilo City, maybe? Oh, who knows? Who knows? But, Oklahoma City. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the clarity. Thank God for those of you that know, and thank God for those of us that care. Pinches acronyms. Let's see what else we have. Well, this is pretty much what I have. I don't know what else you have. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I hope to walk sometime this afternoon for tomorrow. I have no idea where to go, but we want to walk. Oh, somebody mentioned that we should go and explore the new art museum that Art Vallarta has installed or opened in El Remanse, and I'm wondering if anybody has been and if anybody knows if it's worthwhile visiting or something to that effect, or maybe I'm the one that should be doing that homework. Has anybody gone to see this new museum? I understand from the requests that I got that they are now open for free, and but I don't know any details about the place. So if anybody has any details about the place, please let us know. If anybody has any suggestions of places we should visit, please let us know. And this is part of the information that I made sure that I updated on our website. If you go, for example, to the walking tour page, you can see at the bottom of the text, we say, is there a particular area of Puerto Vallarta that you'd like us to explore? Let us know. And it features a nice little link to our contact page so that you can always have a way to get in touch with us should you wish to share suggestions or comments and whatnot. This, of course, brings us to the end of our broadcast today. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. I had a good time researching for this morning, and I look forward to putting together the show notes for you for today. And of course, I'll be back here tomorrow with more news and more stories. Have a great day.